it does. Hello YouTubers, you're back here with Chevron, and we're taking a look at one of the latest reveals for Rise of the Duelists, which doesn't come out for a couple of months, but they still have reveals and we're going to be taking a first impression of them. So here we have Flame Noble Knights. So for people who don't know, Noble Knights is an archetype of its own. It was a very old one, wasn't really too big. A lot of other decks are just a lot better, but the idea of the deck being an equipped deck, so they have like noble arms that they can equip that give their Noble Knights guys cool like abilities, like being able to prevent destruction or gaining mass attack or having like an MST on one of the weapons. But we have Flame Noble Knights for this one, and it does look like they're all going to be fire types, and they're synchros this time. Majority of the old Noble Knights for all XYZs, they did have one synchro, but it was like a dark version of them. But let's quickly take a look at what the first one's going to be. So quick flavor, I love when it's hot. Not really for me. I don't really like the heat. But this first one, we have Flame Noble Knight Astopho. We'll get back to that one, but it's a Flame Warrior, so it does look like they're all going to be fires. Yeah, the next one is fire as well. Flame Warrior effect monster, level 1 for this one, 500 attack, 200 defense. It's not a tuner, so it's interesting. It's going to be interesting what this one's going to be. You can only use this card's name 1 and 2 effects once per duel each. Damn, these better be good effects then. You can banish one fire monster from your hand or graveyard to special summon this card from your hand, then make this card's level become the banish monster's level. So the level 1 doesn't matter. You can pretty much make it any level you want depending on what the other levels of the other guys are going to be. So you can banish this card from your graveyard during your second standby phase after activating this effect. So special summon this banished card, then you can special summon one of your fire monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. So a good way for this deck to spam just off the first effect, and its recurrence effect looks like it will really help with the grind game and push back for more power, something that the original Noble Knights did not have, because once you break them, it was really hard for them to come back at all, and their boards are so easy to break because they rely on one boss monster, and he didn't really have immunities, which made it pretty easy to deal with. This card already is so much better than every Noble Knights card that we had beforehand. So next up we've got Flame Noble Knight Ogier. So for Fire Warrior effect, a level 4, 1500 attack, 2000 defense. You can use this card's names 1 and 2 effects once per turn each. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send one fire monster or one noble arms from your deck to the graveyard. So that is really good, being have the option to send a fire monster. I'm assuming there are going to be other monsters that have effects engraved as well, which is going to greatly benefit the deck. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one more warrior monster you control, equip this card to that target you control. Equipped monster with this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Alright, so the, good protection there, being able to dodge card effect destruction. So right now we have an equipped that's not a Noble Knights card, which is going to be fairly good. I'm starting to become interested on what the actual noble arms of this archetype's going to be like, if they're going to get upgrades with the Flame Noble Knights as well. So next up we have Flame Noble Knight Olivia. So this guy's Fire Warrior Tuner. So here comes the Tuner monster effect, level 4, 1000 attack, 1500 defense. So you can use this card's name 1 and 2 effects once per turn each. So a lot of them are once per turn. Only the first one was once per duel, but his effect actually seemed really good though. You can send one fire monster or one equipped monster from your hand or face up for field to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand. If you do, its level becomes 1. Alright, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one warrior monster you control, equip this card to that target. Your opponent cannot target a monster equipped with this card with card effects. So right now we have dodge destruction and dodge targeting, and these are on the monsters. You don't even need noble arms at this point. Like, everything these guys have is just on the monsters on itself. Like, back in with the noble, like the other Noble Knight deck, it was so reliant on seeing a good mix of like Noble Knights, and you needed a good mix of noble arms to be able to pull off some decent plays. But these guys just do it all on their own, which actually seems it's gonna be pretty good. So this turns himself into a level 1 tuner. So I wonder if we're gonna get a synchro that's in between, because the big guy we saw was like level 8. So maybe this guy, like, it's a synchro climbing deck. So next up we have Flame Noble Knight Mulgus, Fire Warrior effect, level 4, 1500 attack, 1000 defense. You can use this card's name 1 and 2 effects once per turn each. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle 3 of your other Fire Warrior monsters or or Noble Arms cards that are banished or in your graveyard back to your deck and draw 1. That's very good recurrence. Being able to shuffle back those banished ones as well is really big, so you can kind of like rotate your resources. So it's others, so running multiple copies of this guy pretty much means you're never going to run out of resources. This is kind of like reminding me of like True Dracos and Zodiacs right now, being able to keep shuffle things back and draw a card and just keep going. So it looks like these guys, oh, we have a secret level 5 and there it is. So this deck looks like it's going to be able to keep going and keep swinging, so that's really good for an aggressive deck now. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one warrior monster you control, equip this card so they all have it to that target. Equipped monster of this card cannot be destroyed by battle. So they have it all. Can't be targeted, can't be destroyed by card effects, and then cannot be destroyed by battle. You literally need a non-targeting send to get rid of their boss monster, unless then next up they have like can't be affected altogether. That'll be pretty cool. So first synchro guy, we have Flame Noble Knight Vanguard Roland. So Fire Warrior Synchro Tuner. Ooh, this guy's a tuner as well, so that's actually a pretty cool effect. So level 5, 2000 attack, 500 defense. So right now what I'm saying is they don't really have a way to buff their attack, so unless they do, it could be a pretty weird situation for these guys. You can use this card's name 1 and 2 effects once per turn each. If this card is synchro summon, you can activate this effect during this turn's end phase. You can send 1 equip from your deck to the graveyard, then add 1 warrior monster from your deck to the hand. So a good way to have like a backup plan for your next turn. During the main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can target 1 warrior monster you control, equip this card to that target as an equip card. With this effect, equip the monster against 500 attack. So small boost right now for your to have equips, but keep in mind we do have all the old noble arms that give pretty big attack buffs as well. But like I said, like we're only halfway. This archetype literally could have like flame noble arms for what we can know. So Flame Noble Knight Emperor Charlie. Man, he's Charlie, I want him already. So Flame Warrior Synchro effect at level 9, 3000. Oh, here comes the attack. 3000 attack, 200 defense. So pretty standard to make him. So he's level 9, so you have like your 5 here, and you would need a tuner that's level 4. So which was one of them back up as well. So you can only use this card's names 1 and 2 effects once per turn each. If a monster on the field becomes equipable with an equip card, even during the damage step, you can destroy 1 card on the field. Oh, that's going to be really good with the quick speed equip that recently came out for Noble. Not recently, a couple months ago, it came out for like Noble Knights as like a small buff. Didn't really do much, but for this guy, it's going to do a heap. So this deck has access to like so many like preventions plus quick speed pops, which is pretty cool. Can destroy 1 card on the field, so it doesn't even target. That's really good, unless the wording's changed for the English copy when it finally prints. But so far it doesn't target, so that's a plus for us now. So during the end phase, you can equip 1 spell from your hand or graveyard to this card. Then you can equip 1 fire monster from your deck to this card as equip. That is really good. Getting an equipped, and then equip the warrior monster from your deck, you can like get pretty strong noble arms onto this guy, and then be able to drop just like another fire monster from your deck right onto this guy, giving him any sort of protection you need at the time, and then the equipped once against 500 attack. Ooh, that's pretty good actually. I don't know how well it will do in the current like state of the meta, especially with the new master rule coming around. But if they get like any sort of big stuff, this archetype could be looking pretty well. Just like fit in to have some sort of competition level. So we have here we go. So Flame Noble Arms Durendal. This Durendal, it's got Durendal its name. I can only think of good things right now. You can only use this card's name 1 and 2 effects once per turn, and only once that turn. Alright. So while this card is a good to all monster, you can add a level 5 or level 5 monster from your deck to your hand, then destroy this card. Good way to search. So they have their own pretty much rotor for their whole deck, and then you can run a rotor on top of that, so that's pretty good. If this card is sent to the graveyard because of the monster it was equipped to was sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 level 5 or lower warrior monster in your graveyard and special summon. You also cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except warrior monsters, which is fine because everything in this deck is warrior anyway. So pretty much a rotor on a sword, so that's pretty cool. You can only use one of this card's names 1 and 2 effects per turn, and only once that turn. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can target one face-up monster you control. This turn, you can declare attacks with other monsters. Also, it can make a second attack during each battle phase, then destroy this card. That's pretty cool. So this one was Flame Noble Arms, Huteklia. Man, I'm really bad at this, right? So the next up for its effect, we have if this card is sent to the graveyard because of the monster it was equipped to was sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster in the field and destroy it. So that has a pop effect as well if you try and get rid of the monster it's equipped to, if you manage to do so through all the preventions. So Flame Noble Arms Joyeuse. I think I got that one right. You're going to use one of this card's names 1 or 2 effects per turn, and only once that turn. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can target one fire monster you control in your graveyard and add it to your hand, then destroy this card. So it's add back from the graveyard. Looks like a card you only run one copy of. You wouldn't run too many of this because opening is potentially a brick. So if this card is sent to a graveyard because of the monster it's equipped to do sent to a graveyard, you can special summon one fire monster from your hand. So yep, definitely if you run it, only one copy, and that's how I just feel about this weapon right now. The older Noble Arms equips are actually very good. It's just the monsters were really bad. So maybe you can see like a lot of your older ones like Excalibur. That was pretty good buff. You had Caliburn. I think Caliburn was like the MST pop, having MST pop. And if your monster like is I think the first time they're sent to the graveyard you can equip them, which is really big as well. Can definitely be pretty good for this deck. So we have a trap, and this looks like it's gonna be last card. So this is where you lift in the horn. Normal trap. You can only activate one card with the card's name per turn. So activate one of these effects. Alright, banish one equip spell from your field or graveyard and destroy one card on the field. So it's pretty good. So destroy one. Again, we don't know if it targets, not until it finally releases. Or you can destroy one related monster you control, then special summon up to 3/5 warrior monsters from your deck in defense position, whose total levels equal 9, but negate their effects. Also, you cannot special summon until the end of your next turn except warrior monsters. So this looks like to be like your quick way to get your big guy out, because you destroy Roland, which is this guy, and then you special summon your 3 guys to make this big guy. I hope that there's going to be good ways to force the level 9 guy off the bat. Doesn't really look like it's going to be a very big powerhouse from the cards we've seen so far. Who knows? There could be like more support that is yet to be released for us to be looking at. But so far, from what I can see, it's going to be pretty fun to play, especially with all the old Noble Arms. Maybe you could use old Noble Knights that can actually have some decent work in this deck. Maybe the one where when he's equipped, you can send the equipped to grave to special summon level 4 like Noble Knight from the deck. That could actually be pretty good in this deck. It was always the one of the better ones for the Noble Knights, but all the other ones weren't so great. So having him, you'll be able to special summon any of these out of the deck, which could be pretty good. And then you can not synchro into your level 9 guy, but I'm pretty sure if you re-equipped him, he becomes level 5, so you could use that, like one of these and him, to go onto this big guy. And after you do that, because of the way the equips work, I'm pretty sure you can equip the Noble Arms straight onto this guy after that, which would be pretty good. You could probably still run like an XYZ if you need to fall back onto the XYZ Noble Knight, but from what I can see, it's good to see like just older like archetypes having some like shine and support. I would hope to see like just more like reveals where this deck's gonna have a bit of a like beefy push. I'd like to see like a counter trap, or like a speed 3 trap that hasn't negate anything if you control Noble Knight. That would be really good for this deck. I think that's like a big push this deck would need to have a better standing, and probably one more like Flame Noble Arms that has more of a oof effect. When you drop it, your opponent will start getting scared. They'll be pretty good to see in the charge type. It does rely for boss monster, so like all other archetypes that rely for boss monster, if you deal it, you pretty much just break the deck. Possibly get OTK'd, so I'd like to see this deck to have a bit more so that doesn't really happen to this archetype. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know how you feel about this archetype, and like any spice text that I haven't looked at that could easily fit into this deck. At the moment I'm looking at like I think it's Blue Bound Butterfly, something like that. It's level 4. If you control a warrior monster, you can special summon it from your hand. That's a pretty cool way to start getting things off, but other than that, I'm not too sure what you would take for this archetype and what you can start splashing it, or if you would just go pure Noble Arms altogether and just run that route. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to support me by liking this video and subscribing to my channel, and you guys will be definitely seeing me next time. See you guys.
Generally does